someone hates and envies you. As the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The believer with the most perfect faith is the one with the best character, and the best among you are those who treat their wives well." Have you ever felt like someone might secretly dislike you, but you're not quite sure? Understanding the signs of dislike is crucial for navigating our relationships. Today, we're exploring 10 signs that someone might secretly dislike you from an Islamic perspective. These signs can help us identify potential issues and address them with wisdom and compassion in line with Islamic teachings. Stay tuned to learn more about these signs and how to deal with them. 1. They give minimal responses. One of the initial signs that someone may not have positive feelings towards you is when they consistently respond with minimal engagement. This can manifest as short, unenthusiastic answers or a lack of interest in prolonging the conversation. When you notice this pattern, it could subtly indicate that the person harbors negative feelings towards you or feels uncomfortable in your presence. In Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized respectful and considerate communication. He said, "A believer does not taunt, curse, abuse, or talk indecently." This hadith underscores the significance of maintaining respectful speech and behavior, even in challenging or uncomfortable situations. It reminds us that our words and actions should reflect kindness, patience, and understanding, especially towards those with whom we may not see eye to eye. When faced with minimal engagement, it is important to approach the situation with empathy and understanding rather than jumping to conclusions. Consider the possibility that the person may be dealing with personal challenges or struggles that influence their behavior. By showing compassion and offering a listening ear, you may alleviate misunderstandings and strengthen your relationship. Islam encourages striving for reconciliation and understanding in our interactions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Do not hate one another, do not envy one another, do not turn away from one another, but rather be servants of Allah as brothers." This guidance reminds us of the importance of fostering positive relationships based on mutual respect, compassion, and understanding, even in the face of differences or disagreements. Recognizing the signs of minimal responses can provide valuable insight into others' feelings towards you. By approaching these situations with empathy, compassion, and respectful communication, we can work towards building stronger and more harmonious relationships in accordance with Islamic teachings. 2. Their body language is dismissive. Body language is a powerful form of nonverbal communication that often reveals a person's true feelings and attitudes. When someone's body language is dismissive, it can indicate that they are not receptive to what you're saying and may harbor feelings of dislike towards you. Examples of dismissive body language include eye rolling, crossed arms, or turning away from you while you're speaking. These gestures convey a lack of interest and respect, suggesting the person is not willing to engage with you or give your words consideration. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of good speech and advised believers to speak kindly or remain silent. This teaches us to be mindful of our words and actions, especially when faced with hostility or negativity. When confronted with dismissive body language, it is important to respond with patience and kindness instead of reacting defensively. Try to understand the underlying reasons for the other person's behavior and respond respectfully and considerately. This approach aligns with Islamic teachings and promotes understanding and harmony in relationships. It is also worth noting that body language can sometimes be misinterpreted, so it is important to consider the context and other factors before jumping to conclusions. Building open and honest communication based on mutual respect is key to resolving conflicts and fostering positive relationships, as encouraged by Islamic teachings. 3. They put you down. When someone holds negative feelings towards you, they may exhibit behavior aimed at diminishing your self-esteem or making you feel inferior. This behavior can manifest in various ways, such as making sarcastic remarks meant to mock you, giving backhanded compliments that contain hidden insults, or frequently joking at your expense. These actions can significantly impact your mental and emotional well-being, eroding your self-confidence and leaving you feeling devalued. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of kindness and respect in our interactions with others. He said, "The believer does not taunt, curse, abuse, or talk indecently." This teaching reminds us to be mindful of our words and actions, ensuring they do not cause harm or hurt to others. Instead, we are encouraged to speak in a manner that is uplifting and supportive, seeking to build others up rather than tear them down. When faced with someone who puts you down, it is important to respond with patience and grace, following the example set by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Rather than retaliating with hurtful words or actions, strive to maintain your composure and respond with kindness. By doing so, you uphold the teachings of Islam and demonstrate the strength of your character and the depth of your faith. Being aware of the signs that someone secretly dislikes you can help you navigate your relationships more effectively. By following Islamic teachings and responding with kindness and compassion, you can overcome negativity and build positive, fulfilling relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. 4. They find reasons to stay away. When someone consistently finds excuses to avoid spending time with you or being in your company, it could be a sign that they dislike you. They may invent reasons to stay away or be unavailable when you try to make plans. This behavior can be hurtful and confusing, especially if there doesn't seem to be a valid reason for their avoidance. In Islam, relationships are highly valued, and maintaining ties of kinship and friendship is emphasized. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A person should not desert his brother for more than 3 days." This statement underscores the importance of not severing ties with others, even in times of disagreement or misunderstanding. It encourages believers to strive for reconciliation and to approach conflicts with patience and understanding. It's important to remember that everyone has their reasons for their actions, and sometimes misunderstandings or miscommunications can lead to strained relationships. It's advisable to approach the situation with an open heart and a willingness to understand the other person's perspective. Communication is key, and discussing any issues calmly and respectfully can often lead to a resolution. When faced with someone who consistently avoids your company, it can be helpful to reflect on your behavior and actions. Have you unintentionally done or said something to upset them? Is there a misunderstanding that needs to be addressed? Taking the initiative to reach out and discuss any concerns can sometimes lead to better understanding between both parties. When someone consistently avoids your company, it may be a sign that they dislike you. However, it's important to approach the situation with patience, understanding, and a willingness to reconcile. Communication and reflection on your behavior can often help improve relationships and lead to a resolution. 5. Listening without genuine interest. Communication is a fundamental aspect of human interaction, and how we listen to others plays a crucial role in understanding their perspectives and building meaningful relationships. When you engage in a conversation, it's essential to observe not just the words spoken, but also the nonverbal cues indicating the other person's level of interest and engagement. People who secretly harbor negative feelings towards you may demonstrate a lack of genuine interest in what you have to say. They might nod along without truly listening, their eyes may wander, or they might interrupt you frequently, indicating a lack of respect for your thoughts and opinions. This behavior can be hurtful and create a barrier to effective communication and mutual understanding. In Islam, listening with genuine interest and attentiveness is highly valued. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of good manners in communication, stating, "The best of you are those who have the best manners." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith underscores the significance of showing respect and courtesy in our interactions with others, including how we listen to them. As Muslims, it is incumbent upon us to embody the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in our daily lives, including how we engage with others in conversation. By actively listening and showing genuine interest in what others have to say, we fulfill the teachings of Islam and contribute to building stronger and more harmonious relationships within our communities. It is essential to not only speak kindly, but also to listen attentively and respectfully. By doing so, we fulfill the teachings of Islam and foster better relationships with those around us, even if they may harbor feelings of dislike. 6. Feeling uncomfortable around them. Feeling uncomfortable around someone, especially without a clear reason, can be a challenging experience. It might be your intuition picking up on subtle signs of dislike from that person. Trusting your instincts is important, but it's also valuable to seek guidance from Islamic teachings on handling such situations with grace and patience. In Islam, Interpersonal relationships are highly valued, and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, provide guidance on navigating them. The Prophet emphasized the importance of making things easy for others and avoiding actions that make life difficult. This principle encourages us to approach interactions with empathy and understanding, even when faced with discomfort or hostility. Furthermore, the Prophet taught us to give glad tidings and avoid repelling people. This means that even in situations where we might feel uncomfortable or disliked, we should strive to maintain a positive attitude and seek common ground. By doing so, we can foster better understanding and harmony in our relationships. Feeling uneasy around someone can signal to approach the situation with kindness, patience, and a desire to maintain peace. Seeking guidance from Islamic teachings can provide us with the tools to navigate such interactions with wisdom and compassion, ultimately leading to better relationships and a more harmonious community. 7. Sharing limited information. When someone holds negative feelings towards you, they may exhibit behaviors reflecting their discomfort or disinterest in engaging with you on a deeper level. One such behavior is sharing limited information. This can manifest in various ways, such as being vague or evasive about their personal life, withholding details about their activities, or avoiding sharing their thoughts and opinions. This lack of openness can create a barrier to forming a meaningful connection and may indicate that the person does not feel comfortable or trusting enough to share with you. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of good speech and advised believers to speak kindly or remain silent. This teaches us to be mindful of our words and actions, ensuring they do not cause harm or hurt to others. Instead, we are encouraged to speak in a manner that is uplifting and supportive, seeking to build others up rather than tear them down. When faced with someone who shares limited information, it is important to respond with patience and understanding. Rather than pushing for more information or reacting defensively, strive to create a safe and welcoming environment where the person feels comfortable opening up. Building trust takes time, and by demonstrating empathy and respect, you can foster a more positive and open relationship. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also taught the importance of maintaining strong relationships and avoiding actions that could harm them. He said, "Do not hate one another, do not envy one another, do not turn away from one another, but rather be servants of Allah as brothers." This guidance encourages us to strive for understanding and reconciliation in our interactions, even when faced with challenges. Recognizing the signs of someone sharing limited information can help you navigate your relationships more effectively. By responding with kindness, patience, and a commitment to building trust, you can overcome negativity and foster positive, fulfilling relationships in accordance with Islamic teachings. 8. Avoiding eye contact. Avoiding eye contact is a significant nonverbal cue that often reveals a person's true feelings. When someone consistently avoids looking you in the eye during conversations, it can indicate discomfort, lack of interest, or even hidden dislike. This behavior can be especially telling if it contrasts sharply with how they interact with others. In Islam, the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasize sincerity and honesty in our interactions. Making eye contact is a way of showing respect and genuine interest in what the other person is saying. It demonstrates that you are present in the moment and value the conversation. However, it's important to note that cultural differences can influence eye contact norms. In some cultures, prolonged eye contact might be considered disrespectful or confrontational. Therefore, it's essential to consider the context and cultural background when interpreting this behavior. If you notice someone avoiding eye contact with you, try to approach the situation with empathy and understanding. There might be underlying reasons for their behavior, such as shyness, anxiety, or personal struggles. Instead of jumping to conclusions, consider gently addressing the issue by fostering an open and supportive environment. Encourage honest communication and reassure them that you value their presence and input. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to be gentle and compassionate in our interactions. By embodying these values, you can help create a space where others feel comfortable and respected, leading to more meaningful and harmonious relationships. Avoiding eye contact can be a sign of discomfort or hidden dislike. However, by approaching the situation with empathy and fostering open communication, you can work towards understanding the underlying reasons and building stronger connections based on mutual respect and sincerity. 9. They don't ask about you. In any relationship, showing interest in the other person's life, experiences, and well-being is fundamental to building a strong connection. When someone consistently fails to ask about you, your thoughts, or your feelings, it can be a sign that they are not genuinely invested in the relationship. This lack of curiosity and engagement can indicate that the person may not hold you in high regard or may even harbor negative feelings towards you. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of good manners and showing concern for others. He taught that one of the characteristics of a believer is to show interest in and care for their fellow human beings. This includes asking about their well-being, offering support, and showing genuine empathy and concern. When someone doesn't ask about you, it can be disheartening and make you feel undervalued. However, it's essential to approach the situation with patience and understanding. People have different communication styles and may not always express their care in obvious ways. It's possible that they may be dealing with their own challenges or may not realize the impact of their behavior. If you feel comfortable, consider addressing the issue directly but gently. Express how you feel and encourage open and honest communication. This can help the other person understand your perspective and work towards improving the relationship. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to be kind, patient, and compassionate in our interactions. By embodying these values and showing genuine interest in others, we can foster stronger and more meaningful connections. Not asking about you can be a sign of disinterest or negative feelings. However, by approaching the situation with patience, understanding, and open communication, you can work towards building a more positive and fulfilling relationship based on mutual respect and concern. 10. They show no interest in your achievements. When someone genuinely cares about you, they will show interest in your achievements and celebrate your successes with you. However, if a person exhibits little to no interest in your accomplishments or even downplays them, it could be a sign that they harbor feelings of jealousy or dislike. This behavior can be particularly hurtful, as sharing achievements and receiving positive reinforcement is a natural part of building supportive relationships. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized the importance of rejoicing in the happiness of others and supporting them in their successes. He said, "None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith highlights the significance of empathy and genuine goodwill towards others, including celebrating their achievements and successes. When someone shows no interest in your accomplishments, it can be challenging to address the situation without causing conflict. However, it's essential to maintain a positive and understanding attitude. Consider whether the person might be dealing with their own struggles or insecurities that prevent them from fully engaging in your joy. Instead of reacting with hurt or anger, approach the situation with compassion and empathy. You might try to initiate a conversation about how you feel, expressing your desire for a more supportive and encouraging relationship. By fostering open communication, you can work towards resolving any underlying issues and building a stronger connection. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to be supportive and encouraging towards one another. By embodying these values and showing genuine interest in the achievements of others, we can create a more positive and uplifting environment for everyone. Showing no interest in your achievements can be a sign of jealousy or dislike. However, by approaching the situation with compassion, empathy, and open communication, you can work towards building a more supportive and encouraging relationship based on the teachings of Islam. Conclusion. In Islam, recognizing and addressing the signs of someone secretly disliking you is essential for maintaining healthy and harmonious relationships. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized good character and kind treatment, particularly towards women. Remember to respond with patience, empathy, and understanding, following the example set by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. By embodying these values, you can navigate difficult situations with grace and uphold the teachings of Islam in your interactions.